Hi there, in today's video we're going to be looking at a new topic today called BODMAS. BODMAS is going to help us carry out calculations in the correct order. Now throughout this video I'm going to get you to copy down things which your teacher will help by pausing the video so you can write it down. But before we do that, this is what BODMAS stands for. Okay, so BODMAS is an acronym. Okay, B stands for brackets. O stands for orders, which means powers and roots. Now you've seen powers regarding squares and cubes. D stands for divide, and M stands for multiply, and A stands for addition, and S stands for a subtraction. Okay, so if you pause the video just now to copy out the title in the table. Okay, so hopefully you've got that copied down, and this is the order in which we think about questions in maths in order to get them right, especially if they ask us more than one thing in a question. If there's any brackets, we deal with the brackets first. Okay. Then if there's any powers, we look at working out them. Then if there's any divide or multiplies to happen, we do that. And then the last thing we look at doing is the addition or subtraction. Okay, so that's the order in which we do our calculations. And we start off with any brackets, then we'll look at any powers, then we'll divide and multiply, and then we'll look at add or subtract at the very end. Now, this first lesson, we're just going to be looking at questions that involve divide, multiply, add and subtract to get us thinking about it. So there's the first question, so pause this and copy it down. Okay, so you can see this question's asked us to do things, okay? We've got to do 2 plus 3 multiplied by 4. So we've got two things here. We've got an addition and a multiplication. So looking at BODMAS, out of those two things, so the multiply and the addition, it's the multiply stage that needs to happen first. Okay, so the multiply bit will be 3 times 4, which would be 12. Now, because I've done the multiply, I can now do the add, therefore 2 plus 12 would give me the answer 14. Okay, so that's your lines of working for this question. Okay, so you show the two steps and you write down as you go your findings of your answer. Okay, so pause this to make sure you've copied this down. Okay, we'll look at a second example now. So the answer for that last one was 14. We'll now look at this question here. So copy this question down. We've got 10 subtract 2 multiplied by 3. So again, using BODMAS to work out what happens first. So what happens first, the subtract or the multiply? Well, looking down the list of BODMAS, multiply happens first. So we do 2 times 3, that gives me 6. Then the question says 10 take away that, so I'm going to do subtract, 10 take away 6. That gives me 4. So my answer is 4 there. Okay, so make sure we've copied that down as well. But there's a second example to show that we had to do the multiply stage first before we subtract. Okay, third example. Okay, 8 times 3 plus the 4. So we've had a question that involved a multiply and addition, like the very first one. So we know multiply needs to happen first. So we'll go to 8 times 3 first. That gives me 24. I then add 24 plus the 4, so I add my answer that I got plus the 4, which then gives me an answer of 28. Okay, so that's a very similar question to the first one, so there's another example of that there. Okay, one last one we'll look at, 9 plus 6 divided by 3. So this is the first one that's involved a divide. Okay, so this is example 4. So what happens first, the divide or the addition? Well, looking down the list of BODMAS, D comes before A, so we're going to divide first. So we're dividing 6 divided by 3, using the two numbers next to the divide, and that gives me an answer of 2. I then have to do the addition part, so that's going to be 9 plus my answer, 9 plus 2, which gives me an answer of 11 there. Okay, so there's 4 examples that hopefully you've had time to copy down and work through. Okay, to check that you've understood this, I'm going to put up some questions now so that you can try them yourself before you tackle the exercise. Oh, we've got one last one, my apologies, this is example 5. So divide and take away, subtract. We do the divide first. So 8 divided by 2 is 4, and then we, not add, it should be subtract. Subtract 4 minus 1, and that gives me an answer of 3. So there's just a fifth example there. Okay, so these are the questions I'd like you to try now. Okay, so copy these questions down, and can you work out the answer to each question, showing all your working, showing the 2 steps like I did for all my examples. Pause this video so you can give yourself time to do that. Okay, so we're now going to go over the answers. So I'm going to give you the answers to the yellow ones first. Okay, so if we've done the yellow one properly, we should have multiplied first. So 4 times 2 is 8. So if we do 6 plus 8, we get the answer 14. Okay, then the answer to C was also 14 because 4 times 3 we do first is 12 plus 2 is 14. Answer to E, we divide first, so 6 divided by 3 is 2. Then we do 7, take away our answer. 7 take away 2 is 5. And the last one should give us an answer of 3 times 2 we do first, which is 6. 12 plus 6 is 18. Okay, the answers to the green ones are coming on screen now. So the first green one was 6, that was answer B. D, we should have got the answer 1. And F, we should have got the answer 11. Okay, so there's plenty of questions that we've seen worked through. There's some questions that you've tried yourself. Hopefully you've managed to get some of them. The exercise we're going to start today will be based on similar questions as you've seen there. Okay, thank you.